Hi, I'm Chef Andrew Selz, and in this gourmet seafood segment, I'm going to take you on a trip to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where I'm going to prepare for you sautéed snapper with a crawfish and sausage cream sauce. Here we are down in the bayou with this authentic dish. Now this dish normally would call for redfish, but I wanted to take it a step higher and give you some true Atlantic snapper. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to flour this snapper. I'm going to show you how to properly flour and saute a piece of fish. And then, very easy, I'm going to show you how to do a wonderful sausage Creole kind of cream sauce. So, starting with the fish, you know, I like to skin my snapper on the back a little bit, but leaving majority of the skin on. Whenever you have a fish that has a tough skin, you might want to consider scoring the skin. This will prevent the fish from bellowing up during the cooking process. So, let's take the fish, turn it back to skin side down. We'll season it with a little sea salt and kosher salt mix here, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and I also like to actually dredge it in some seasoned flour. A lot of people wonder why sometimes dishes taste a little dull. Absolutely, put some salt and pepper into your flour, and it's commonly the term called seasoned flour. Now, from here, this is a very important process. Once you go ahead and you actually flour your fish, it's so important to get off all of the excess flour. Otherwise, you're going to have clumps and you're going to have burn marks in the final fish presentation. It needs to all come off as much as you possibly can, so just give it a gentle pat like so. Okay, now, oil nice and hot, I'm going to say about 350 degrees, and we're doing a pan saute here today. So, sautéing is not pan frying. It's very, very little fat, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Okay? There you go. You hear the noise. There's a lot of things happening. This dish is what I truly call a home run. Now, a little bit of andouille sausage. You can have it in any shape you want. I like to have it in kind of a rough look. I have a little bit bigger pieces than normal. I also want to keep my sausage very similar to the size of my crawfish tails. So, you can get crawfish tails in your local seafood market, and they'll probably come frozen in a 1-pound bag. You can also get fresh crawfish, boil them yourself, and you can actually take them out of the shell. It's a lot easier just to buy them pre-shelled in a 1-pound bag in the freezer department. Now, I want to make sure I have a golden brown. We often call that in the southern Louisiana, they call that doré. So if you brown it just lightly, that is the French term for golden brown. And for the sauce, we will have the sausage, we'll have a little scallions, a little white wine, a little crawfish. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, here's another point. Once I sear the fish, I absolutely want to take the fish out of the pan and continue to make my pan sauce in the same pan the fish was to culminate all the flavors together. So, with that being said, I'm not as brown as I would like to be, so we'll let it go a little further. And the crawfish, I just want to go through them and I want to just double check that where they were pulled out of the shell, that I don't have any kind of the membranes and stuff from the head of the crawfish. So it's just take a look. You'll see there will be very dark points at the end of the crawfish tail, and they're just not eye appealing. They're fine to eat, just not eye appealing whatsoever. Okay, so I've got equal sausage, equal crawfish. I'm pretty sure my snapper is right on the money here. Absolutely, there I am. That is a nice golden brown. Just where I'd like to have it. This one could have been a little more brown, but it's all right. The sauce is going to go over the whole final presentation. So let's go ahead and put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. I just want to cook these through while I'm making my pan sauce. So, 350 degrees. Now let's continue with the sauce. I've actually got a little bit of residual fat to the bottom. That's fine. No need to add any more. Let's start off with the crawfish tails. A little bit of the sausage. It can be andouille, it can be chorizo, it can be whatever you want. Note, chorizo, very spicy. So if you're going to put chorizo sausage in there, about half the amount to your crawfish. But if it's andouille, it can equal parts or more. We'll put in a little bit of the scallions. Just a touch of salt and pepper again, because I don't know if the sausage has been seasoned or the crawfish, being that it's a bought product. Now, let's let it just kind of culminate a little bit there, and then we're going to deglaze with a little bit of white wine. Oh yeah, that's nice. You can really smell the aroma happening. Things are happening now. I tell you, this is a home run. Okay, we're going to let the wine reduce just for about 3 or 4 minutes, or until what we call sec. We just want the wine to come down where there's almost very little residual wine sitting in the pan. Now that the wine is properly reduced, and this is what we call demi-sec, it's almost down to the bottom, nothing left, this is the time to go ahead and add the heavy cream. Now, let the cream reduce by about half. You definitely want to have some sauce. You don't want it to be totally reduced. Now, having added the cream, I have now unbalanced my salt and pepper level, so I'd like to just put a little more salt and pepper because I have added a neutral cream. Okay, we're going to let this sauce finish, and then we're going to go ahead and pour it on the fish as soon as it comes out of the oven. Now we're going to take the fish out of the oven, 350 degrees. Oh, it's just absolutely cooked perfect. You can see the moisture coming right out of the fish. And we just want to plate this up now with our reduced sauce. You see the beautiful orange color. This is a home run. So, we'll put the snapper on the plate. We'll take a little bit of the sauce here with the sausage and the crayfish. The aroma is beautiful. Put a little bit of the sauce on the plate. It doesn't get any better than that. Now, the only thing I can say that would be better would be enjoy this dish with a nice Pinot Grigio. I'm Chef Andrew Selz, and remember, happiness is cooking with flavor.
For these and other great recipe ideas, check out our website,